Good evening.
My name is Ndegwa Njiru. I will be asking you several questions in respect to the testimony that you have just delivered. When did you join the KEMSA?
I joined KEMSA on the 17th of March 2023.
Before that, who was the CEO of the organization?
Ramadan.
Terry. Were you there as and when the alleged tender processes were taking place?
No.
Who was in charge of that process as at then?
Terry Ramadan.
Terry Ramadan. Therefore, the issues that you are testifying before this assembly, are they issues that you saw, perceived, or they are issues that you are told?
One, there are issues that my appointment...
Were you told or you saw? It's a simple question.
I was not told.
Yes.
Neither did I see.
At what process you are not told and neither you never saw?
I was involved.
You were involved? At the time you joined the organization, what stage of the tendering process was it?
The tender had just been terminated. There were investigations.
The tender had been terminated?
Yes.
You therefore never participated in that particular process whatsoever, for whatever purpose, yes?
I participated in a very big way.
All right. Would you then lead this assembly to understanding your participation in that tender?
This matter was a matter that, one...
What exactly did you do that relates to this tender?
I participated in the investigations on this tender.
So you participated, excuse me?
By PPRA, by the Senate, by the National Assembly.
But at the time when the bids were alive, the bidding was alive, you had not joined.
I was not in KEMSA.
And therefore the issues you are testifying before this assembly are not issues that you witnessed.
Not issues that I executed.
Thank you. Now, what was the status of the tender at the time you came or you joined?
I actually joined KEMSA as a result of this tender.
No, I'm not asking why you joined. What was the status?
The tender had been terminated.
The tender had been terminated. Do you know of any company that is associated with the deputy president that succeeded in this particular tendering process?
For purposes of...
You know or you do not know?
Yes, Shobika had been recommended for award, but since it was cancelled, did not proceed.
Was the award granted to Shobika?
No.
Do you know why the award was not granted?
Yes, I know.
Yes?
Because Global Fund do a pre-award review of every evaluation of Global Fund funded tenders, and after doing a pre-award review, they did not agree with the technical evaluation committee that had evaluated the tender and recommended for cancellation of the tender.
Thank you. You've answered. So it's as a result of the review of all the bids that culminated into the cancellation of the tender, correct?
Yes.
And how many companies had bidded in that particular process?
I cannot remember, but maybe 9 or 7, I cannot remember.
You cannot remember because you never participated, yes? Yes or no, Mr. Witness?
If I get the record, I would remember.
And so show him the records. Okay. He has it. Show him his affidavit in volume 1. In that volume 1, that is at page, Honorable Senators, the National Assembly volume 1 at page 67 and 68. Did you indicate the companies that participated in that process?
I did not indicate the companies that...
You chose to conveniently refuse to indicate them, correct? Correct or not correct? I don't need an explanation.
Not correct.
Why didn't you indicate the companies that participated in that particular process?
My affidavit...
Your affidavit has explained it.
My affidavit is premised on...
Okay, I know your affidavit.
Yes.
I have read it several times, but my question is very specific. Why did you leave out the other companies that participated in the process?
For purposes of my affidavit, I did not find it necessary to
Never thought it necessary. Now, confirm that Shobika company was never ever awarded the tender.
The tender was cancelled.
Tender was cancelled. Did the Republic of Kenya lose any money as a result of the award not being granted to Shobika?
Yes, it did.
Did the Deputy President have anything to do with it? Did the Deputy President have anything to do with it?
I wouldn't say the Deputy President.
I'm asking, you know, we are here because of the Deputy President. Did he have anything to do with it?
A company related to
I'm asking, did he have anything to do with it? It's a simple question. Yes or no?
I already have...
Yes, and you'll furnish me with an answer.
I've said yes, because the company that is associated with him had been irregularly awarded.
Had been irregularly awarded. Do you know that this matter was subject of investigation by Parliament?
Yes, I am.
Did you participate in that investigation?
Yes.
Honorable Senators, refer with me to page 183, volume 3 of the Deputy President's bundle. Volume 3, Honorable Senators. That is the report. We'll go with me to page 220. At page 220, Mr. Witness.
Can I get the document?
Give him something. Give him the copy. You can get volume 3 for him. Volume 3. Page 220. Can you see, confirm that those were the companies that participated in that particular tender, yes?
17 bidders.
At page 220.
Yes, there are some 17 bidders.
How many are they?
17.
Go to page 221 and you read, can you see where it is written 100?
Yes.
Can you read out that statement?
In its report dated 25th April 2023, Global Fund noted that KEMSA had failed to apply evaluation criteria consistently to all bidders, and that none of the bidders met the minimum requirements.
None of the bidders met the minimum
requirements.
How many bidders did not meet the minimum requirement?
For purposes of this report, what the Global Fund is talking about are the 17.
All the 17. Yes. And therefore, Shobika was not an exception, correct? Shobika was not an exception. It never qualified, correct?
Yes.
Now, look at where we have page, at paragraph 105. Yes, can you see where we have Roman B? So we have B. Can you see B? 105, paragraph 105B. Yes, can you read what B says?
The Global Fund document reported that the bid bond for Shobika Impex was not paginated, and the management of KEMSA argued that the bid bond was not part of the bid, but was rather an accompaniment.
What is that? What does that mean?
I think
not thinking, reading and understanding.
It means, and I had said exactly the same, that this document was not submitted as part of the tender document, but was brought in as ordinary mail, while in normal procurement, bid documents should be part of the procurement.
Can you go to page 222 and look at paragraph 106?
Notwithstanding KEMSA reservation, in the letter dated 4th May, the acting director procurement recommended the termination of a process.
Yes.
The CEO approved on the 5th, and termination was communicated to all the bidders.
So there was a termination of the bidding process, correct?
Yes.
As a result of non-responsiveness of all the bids, correct? as a result of non-response?
Yes, after Global Fund differed with the KEMSA Technical Evaluation Committee.
Did the Deputy President have anything to do with that?
I would not say.
Would you associate that to the Deputy President?
I am not competent to talk about that.
I am asking, do you associate that process with the Deputy President?
I cannot comment on that.
You will comment. Do you associate
I
that?
don't know.
Here we are not in a hospital, we are in a court, seeking to save the life of a man you want to be impeached. Do you associate that with the Deputy President?
I am saying, I don't know.
What don't you know?
Whether this has everything to do with the Deputy President. Because the bids were terminated by Global Fund as a result of irregular evaluation.
Irregular evaluation of how many companies?
Of 17.
17 companies.
Yes.
Thank you. Look at paragraphs 107 at page 22 222 once again. Yes? 107?
It says it was further a testimony that the authority had struggled to maintain autonomy owing to undue interference from the Cabinet Secretary for Health.
Whose authority, whose testimony is this?
I don't know.
Read paragraph, go to page 219. Page 219. Can you see where you have C submissions by Ms. Terry Ramathani?
Yes.
Therefore, these are statement correct?
And I would not say whether they are correct or not.
Read,
Yeah,
Mr.
they
Witness.
they are Terry Ramathani.
So we understand who is now speaking at paragraph 17, correct?
Yes.
Read it then.
It was further the testimony that the authority had struggled to maintain autonomy owing to undue interference from the Cabinet Secretary for Health.
The authority had failed to maintain autonomy due to the interferences by?
Yes, that is Terry's statement.
Read it.
By the Cabinet Secretary for Health.
Have you seen any interference that indicates that the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya interfered with the process?
I have not
From
seen,
the report?
and I cannot on or disown.
I'm asking.
It's not my statement.
Have you seen that statement speaking to the person of the Deputy President?
It is not.
Thank
It's
you.
not mine.
And it speaks as to who was interfering with the processes, correct?
That's not my statement.
Read.
But it's not mine.
Yeah, I know it's not yours. That's
So
why I'm
I cannot
asking you to-
own a statement that is not mine.
I have not asked you to own it. I've asked you a simple thing, to read the statement as indicated. Who was interfering with the processes and the autonomy of KEMSA? According to that statement,
According to the statement, the Cabinet Secretary for Health.
what is the name of that cabinet secretary? As at then?
Not indicated.
Let's proceed as I finish up. Let's go to page 226. At paragraph 136, what is the Assembly's Parliament saying?
In the late April,
In the late April,
he learned from the Global Fund pre-award.
who
review.
learned?
I don't know.
Look at the submissions at page 225.
Myself,
Who learned?
the acting CEO, which is me.
Who was that?
Me.
What did you learn?
I learned in late April that the Global Fund pre-award review report that the airline's tender was to be cancelled on account of inconsistencies in the bid evaluation.
Do you still maintain the position that you gave, or you want to?
It's exactly what I said.
That's exactly what you say.
Yes.
And therefore that does not link or has no nexus with the Deputy President whatsoever, correct?
I think you are wrong.
What did you say?
You are not right on that one.
Read, what does the statement say? What did you say? What did you say in Parliament?
It says the Global Fund pre-award review that airline tender was to be cancelled on account of inconsistencies in the evaluation. It is the inconsistencies in evaluation that recommended an award to a bidder that had not paginated documents, which was a mandatory
I have
requirement.
not asked you that question that you are attempting to answer. I have just simply asked you to read what you stated before Parliament. Then a question will follow. And you read in verbatim.
I have read.
Yes, read it again.
I learned that the Global Fund pre-award review report that the airline tender was to be cancelled on account of inconsistencies in the bid evaluation. And
What was the reason for the cancellation?
Inconsistencies in evaluation.
In evaluation.
Yes.
Who was evaluating that tender?
Technical Evaluation Committee.
Does the Deputy President sit in that tender committee for evaluation?
He doesn't.
Was he involved? Okay, let's look at paragraph 38. Yes? Again, what are you saying at paragraph 138?
138 says, he further maintains that the advisory to the PS, State Department of Public Health and Professional Study, on the alleged inconsistency in the technical specification neither passed through his office or the head of department for the strategic programs, health programs, but was forwarded directly to the PS by one Dr. Omar, the head of malaria program.
Mr. Witness, you are aware why we are here, yes?
Yes, I am.
Do you understand the charge in respect to this matter that the Deputy President is facing?
I am here to...
Do you understand?
I understand.
You understand that you allege that you are intimidated and bullied by the Deputy President, correct?
Yes, I understand.
And that is contained in your evidence, correct?
Yes.
Why were you being bullied, if at all it ever happened?
I want to believe...
Not to believe. We are not dealing with beliefs here.
Okay.
We are dealing with the facts.
I was bullied to submit bid document for Shobika.
When was the tender cancelled?
In late April.
In late April. As at that time, had you joined KEMSA?
I had not.
You had not joined. When were you purportedly called by the Deputy President?
In August.
In August. At that time, was a tender alive or it had been cancelled?
Yeah.
At that time, was a tender alive or it had been cancelled? What happens upon the cancellation of a tender to bidders who had submitted their documents?
Bid books are returned.
Bid books are returned.
As a routine process.
As a routine process. Therefore, it is normal for somebody, a company that has bidded, to make follow-ups with the bids, correct?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And that the following of those bids for purposes of returning them to their rightful owner does not violate the Public Procurement and Disposal Act, correct?
I was in KEMSA.
Does not violate, Mr. Witness.
Does not violate.
That's the question. Thank you. Now, Mr. Witness, as I finish up, you understand that you wrote several letters that you have annexed in your affidavit, correct?
Yes.
And the first letter is the one that is appearing in volume 1 of the National Assembly's bundle of document at page 70, correct?
Page
70.
70.
Correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
And that is an alleged, what document is that?
These are WhatsApp conversations between myself and Dr. Ikino Rugathi.
Yes?
WhatsApp conversations between myself and Dr. Ikino Rugathi.
How would you ordinarily be able to tell that this conversation has come from this particular platform?
One, this is on
Which platform was this?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Which number is there? And I want you to specifically look.
The number is already saved. That's why it's written Dr. Ikino Rugathi, because it's already saved on my phone and therefore cannot show the number. If I had not saved the number, you probably would have gotten the number.
When you receive a message from a WhatsApp, when I receive a message on my WhatsApp, when you send me a message, does it indicate the source?
Yes.
Does it also indicate the recipient?
I mean,
does it indicate the recipient?
If the recipient
does it or does it not?
Whether a number or saved a contact.
So in these circumstances, where is your number that indicates that you are the recipient of this message?
There is no.
There is none.
Yeah.
And therefore this is a concoction of the truth and a fabrication and a forgery of documents.
I've sworn this under oath. My phone is still with me and can be availed to competent agencies of law to
What
investigate.
explanations do you give for the lack of your print of the your phone number in this conversation?
This is what...
what explanation do you give?
I am not a technical person, so I cannot configure how my phone displays messages.
But you confirm that this is not usual.
This is what is on my phone. If I give you my phone and I open the conversation, it will appear as it is here.
Do you extract a certificate for this purpose? Was a certificate showing the source of this information extracted?
You will need to clarify. I am a doctor, remember? I don't know what a certificate is.
When you generate a printout from your phone, your advocate is required to certify that this document has been generated or emanated from a particular gadget. Do you see that certificate incorporated in these proceedings?
I said I don't know what that is.
There is none.
Unless my advocate shows.
I therefore put it to you that this never originated from your phone, nor did it originate from my client's son, Dr. Ikino Rigathi.
That's a lie. That's not true.
So what did you find intimidating in this message?
I said, like I said.
Would you read out what the message states?
This is Dr. Ikino Rigathi here. Kindly contact me when possible. There is a document for His Excellency we are trying to collect.
What is Dr. Ikino telling you?
There is a document he's trying to collect.
How is that intimidating?
As an acting CEO,
how is that intimidating? How did you get intimidated by that statement?
I am the one who received the message, Council, and I am the one who felt intimidated. And I am stating before this Honorable Senate that I felt intimidated.
Okay, let's go to the next paragraph, the next page, page 71. What document is that, and what is it dated?
This is 12th June. Notification for tender for LLINs.
Yes.
12th June 2023 to...
what does the statement read? What's the content of the letter?
Reference is made to the above tender, which we participated in and we were unsuccessful. We wish to collect the original tender documents, or bid bond for the same tender.
Who is the source of that letter?
Shobika.
Shobika.
Yeah.
And what is he saying?
He's saying, kindly issue the original bid bond to the bearer of this letter.
Was that is there anything unusual by as an unsuccessful bidder seeking to have the refund?
Nothing unusual.
Okay, let's go to the next page, 72. Again, when is it dated?
30th of June.
What is it? What's the content of the letter?
I am. It's signed by me.
Yes.
To Shobika.
Yes.
And I was replying to their letter.
And what are you saying?
And I'm telling them that we want to inform them that the subject tender is under investigation and all the documents related to the tender are not in our custody. And therefore, I also informed them that we wrote to Ethics and Corruption Commission.
Yes.
To release the original bid bond.
Was the tender returned? Was the bid returned?
It was not immediately returned.
Yes. Did you get a communication from the EACC in that respect?
Not immediately.
What did EACC indicate?
They indicated, and that was way later.
Did the EACC return?
They responded. Yes, they responded, but I had to personally follow up.
You had to personally follow up?
Yes.
But was a bid returned?
I personally picked it after the calls.
When you're forwarding the bid to Shobika, in your letter dated the 11th July, can you see that letter?
Yes.
What did you indicate at the footnote?
I indicated that you may, however, be required to provide the same document as and when required.
For what purpose?
I informed them. EACC had handed over the document.
Have you made an attempt to seek the return of that bid from Shobika?
I am no longer in KEMSA.
You're no longer in KEMSA. Finally, where and what became of your predecessor, Terry Ramathan?
She was discharged from the authority, I think sometimes in...
But you now understand that she's serving as an ambassador in New Delhi, correct?
I cannot confirm.
Do you live in this country?
Yes, I do.
No further questions.
Council for the National Assembly, you may proceed with the explanation.